After the overwhelming show of support from the public to the 38 degrees and wild card petition, we thought we'd give you a little bit of an update. And the update is that we had a letter from Windsor, and I'm going to read you what it says there. Members of the royal family are committed to bringing issues associated with the environment, conservation and biodiversity to the public's attention. The royal estates are home to an abundance of fauna and flora that coexist alongside local communities. The land management staff work tirelessly to balance the needs of both and are dedicated to looking for new ways to improve conservation. Please be assured that your comments have been carefully noted and passed on to all of the relevant parties. So an acknowledgement there from an Assistant Private Secretary to the Queen, which is good, of course. But before we go on, let's just think about, the lands that the royal households have interest in, because they come into 4 different categories. So firstly, there's the Crown Estate. Now, the Crown Estate occupies 615,000 acres of land and foreshore. The Queen officially owns this, but the portfolio is accountable to Parliament and to us, the public, too. About 264,000 acres are agricultural land and uplands. 15% of the profits go to the Queen. Its most notable assets are things like Windsor Castle, Regent Street. It's not all rural, there are urban parts of the estate as well, and in fact Buckingham Palace is essentially owned by the Crown Estate too. So that's the Crown Estate. Then there are a couple of duchies. The Duchy of Lancaster, it's an ancient feudal area, dates back to the 13th century. Last year paid the Queen about £23 million of income, and most of it is in the north of England. Then we've got the Duchy of Cornwall. 130,000 acres. It's an estate that's owned, as you all know, by the Prince of Wales, which includes most of Dartmoor, which frankly, if it could be rewilded, imagine that as, woodland, rainforest, fantastic. Last year it paid Charles around £22 million in income. And then lastly, there are the private land holdings and estates owned by the royals as individuals. Balmoral, obviously, Sandringham, so on and so forth. So there are 4 packets of land which add up to a significant area, we know twice the size of Greater London, which we could be looking at in terms of rewilding. What's happened? Well, I'm very pleased to say that the ball has been moving, because we've had a meeting recently with the Crown Estate Office and it was extraordinarily productive. They are very keen and our mission and objectives are clearly aligned, and we were able to discuss what they are doing, some really good work, particularly at Windsor. In fact, that's been going on for some considerable time. New people in office looking to explore how they can speed up the process of making sure that that land has a lot more natural capital, a lot more biodiversity, a lot more potential for rewilding. So it's some significant progress. We would like to be working with the duchies as well, and we'll continue to explore that opportunity as and when those opportunities might arise. But suffice to say, it's going rather well, I would say. We delivered our petition, we've received a reply, we've had one meeting with a significant part of the land holding portfolio, and we've got progress to make, there's no question about that. So thank you very much for your ongoing support. If there's anything more we need, rest assured we'll be asking you. But in the meantime, we'll certainly be asking people over there to do a little bit more quickly for the wildlife and environment of the UK.